Here's a question that a parent sent in that I absolutely love. It's fun being a parent. It's wonderful being a parent. But you and I get in that mindset sometimes that every action or every mistake deserves a consequence, that we have to punish our kids. And we've got to move out of a teaching mode where we punish our kids into a training mode where we discipline our kids. And discipline is helping a child get to where they want to go and keeping them from where they don't want to end up. Okay. At the same time, I want to be full of grace and truth. I always want to speak truth to kids, but I want to be full of grace as well. I want to give them things that they don't deserve. And there's never a time that a child doesn't deserve something than when they make mistakes. But I also want to be merciful, which is getting something you don't deserve and not getting something that you do deserve. So maybe this is a question of mercy more so than it is grace. A family says this: do you have any advice regarding appropriate consequences for a 15-year-old who drank once and told us the truth about it? How do we talk about partying and drinking and safety? I applaud your 15-year-old for telling you. And what that tells me is that they feel like they can make mistakes and come to you and say, I made a mistake. And there's something about that that is so important. And because you have a relationship. And that relationship is the most important thing that can happen during their adolescent years. So when a child comes to you and says, hey, I made a mistake, evidently that child knows that they're not going to lose your love over a poor choice that they made. Because one of the things that we've got to be doing during their adolescent years, during this training mode that we kick into, is letting them make decisions. So we can't say, okay, you get to make decisions, and then when you make a mistake, that we immediately ground them and kill them for it, or we tear their head off, or we yell and scream, and we take away everything, because we're the ones that put them in that position. So what we've got to be doing is spending a little bit more time helping them make good decisions. And it may be that if it's their first time, that we say, come here, let me tell you something. I remember my first time, and I got as sick as a dog. And it was at that point that I had to make a decision whether I was going to continue to do this or not. And what I really thought was, if this is what it takes for me to maintain friendships with people, it's not something that I want. So you don't take it as a time to correct them all the time. You take it as an opportunity to share a little bit about you so that they know that you made mistakes too and you rebounded well. So here you have a child who says, hey, this is what happened last night. How wonderful is that? And I would tell him this: we can't allow this. But I'm not so sure there has to be a consequence, because I would imagine that it was guilt or shame that drove him to you to tell you that he was drinking last night. And it's probably that same guilt and shame and the feelings of it that will keep him from drinking again. Now, will it happen again? What do you think? 90% of kids experiment with alcohol during their high school years. Today, over 50-some% of kids will smoke pot before they graduate from high school. So you've got to be prepared about how you're going to handle it. And it may be that when you handle it, you engage in a relationship, in a deeper relationship that communicates to them, I can still love you even if you make a mistake. If you do it again, I'm taking away your phone. If you do it a second time, I'm taking away your car. If you do it a third time, you're going to go get help. And I will not bail you out if you ever get arrested. Scripture says if you rescue an angry man once, you're just going to have to rescue him again. Conflict is a precursor to change. And that change usually means that a child will begin to move in a direction, to engage differently, and grow up and mature. But you got to give them the responsibility first to make those decisions. And then when they fail, take it as an opportunity to help them know how to make the next decision a little bit better. And sometimes a relationship has a mighty way of helping them in that by helping them in making decisions more so than consequences. Now look, I believe in consequences. I believe in work projects and taking things away. As a matter of fact, I give things to kids so I can take it away, so they feel the pain of some of their actions if they're inappropriate, if they're dishonest, disrespectful, or disobedient, then there's going to be a consequence for it. But not all the time. Because if I spent all my time correcting kids, I would never have a relationship. And I know this, that it's a relationship that is going to change my child's life, not a consequence. So I applaud your son for telling the truth. He needs to be patted on the back. Tell him you're going to sew his lips shut if he ever does it again.